All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Yes, we'll hit the ground running. It's 10 minutes past the start of time. I'm happy to know that we have all our guests here and a host of others. Wherever you join us from, once again, we welcome you to the Sprint 2026, an initiative of the Department of Computer Science alumni of the University of Ghana, under the School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, also under the College of Basic and Applied Sciences. We welcome every single one of you. I am very much aware my provost, my dean, my HOD, and a host of other staff members right here as part of this event. That tells you how important we take this event. We do not take it for granted. If you are following us on YouTube as well, you are also welcome. So we hit the ground running. Just a bit about the program for the benefit of those of you joining us for the very first time. Spring 2026 is a speed mentoring event intended to connect the Department of Computer Science with alumni, essentially across the technology landscape and beyond. We understand over the 4-year journey, students rotate through short, high-energy, 10-minute breakout sessions with at the end of this particular session, we'll have mentors where they'll, have a breakout session with different mentors. We are looking at this event as a speed networking. What does it mean beyond the 4-year journey here? What does it mean those of us who have graduated beyond the graduate studies and so on and so forth? Entering into the job market, the industry. So the mentors here are going to share a few lessons with us. We have a special guest. And so this event is anchored on a theme that says three things I wish I knew at level XYZ. You put the rest there all by yourself. So each of these mentors are going to share their past experiences and then make the advice concrete and relatable. Yeah. The whole goal here is to bridge the gap. I have one particular result. We have thousands of students coming out every year, but if you look at the percentages of students who further on to graduate studies, it's just a significant few. So if we don't make them job ready, industry ready, then what have they gained? And this has been the driving motive of a lot of my colleagues and myself when we encounter these numbers. And so today's conversation is going to be highly relevant, and we are hoping that the practical advice will really be helpful to everyone of our audience. There will be genuine connections for students to, connect the dots, especially those of us who are still in study, and then those of us who are still trying to find our feet, even having stepped out of the four walls of the university several years now. And so it's going to be a very fruitful and a wonderful, engaging session. If you are aligned with me, I'll be happy to see you give a thumbs up and get to know that, yes, I am here and I'm ready for this journey. Thank you. Let the thumbs up fly. Awesome. Yes. So there are a lot of my colleagues. Everybody has a role to play in today's session. And so without wasting much time, I will call on our head of department, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, to give us a remark. We'll take remarks from him, the dean, and then the provost to kickstart this event. So, Prof, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Mark. The students call you Sir Mark. It means you are a small person. Well, I should believe that the dean, the provost have joined. So let me acknowledge them. And I also acknowledge, the presence of our cherished alumni. And then the entire students body for this particular program. You see, I welcome you all to spend 2026. I'd wanted to find why you use the word, the caption spend 2026, but you have explained it. And I am particularly happy, to welcome our alumni back home. Here is your home, because once you become a student of the Department of Computer Science, you remain a member of the family for life. And I believe today's engagement will give a lot of opportunity for our students, opportunity to learn from people who once, sat exactly where they are today. And as students, you see, you need to take advantage of every conversation, because the discussion can change, the course of your career. And then to our cherished alumni, I would say thank you for making the department proud. Just yesterday, there was an activity that I was invited by the provost. The provost and the dean, they were all there. It was a renovation of NOC. When I say NOC, I hope you all know. NOC University is a major, our data center there. And a company provided very powerful machines, about 500,000 US dollars. They have renovated the place so nicely. And one gentleman who spearheaded the project, I was standing there, then he came to greet me. He said, do you remember me? And interestingly, he was a student in the department, finished about 5-6 years ago. I was so happy. So the alumni are the torchbearers. You see, you are making us proud. Your achievements are the greatest advertisements, advert for the department. So we value you, and we want you to remain active partners in the department. Your support is needed. In fact, it is needed in creating support for internship for our students, and then also employment opportunities for our graduates. We also need your feedback from the industry. You are in the industry, so that we can continue to shape our programs, to meet the demands of the ever-changing world of technology. I am also happy. I'm happy to say that our department continues to grow. I think I have to make that announcement to you. We have expanded our academic programs into areas such as artificial intelligence. I'm talking about the postgraduate programs, AI and machine learning, data science, networking and telecommunication, what else? Human-computer interaction. And currently, we are working hard to seek accreditation to run cybersecurity. Prof. Mensah is here. Prof. Mensah, I hope the cybersecurity is coming any moment from now.
Yes, HOD, please, we are still working on it.
That's great. That's great. And our undergraduate, programs are computer science and IT. We are thinking of expanding that one to. There are a few things that are keeping us back. I will tell you some of them, because we wanted to look into areas of, AI is expanding. We are in the revolution of AI. So we wanted to do something about that. And then there is one particular domain people haven't looked into so much. That is software development. We just want to veer a little bit away from the normal software engineering, software development, so that we focus on developing applications. We want to give hot students, Ghanaian students, the skills to develop their own applications. It is something that we are thinking on. But if you look at our student hot population, the department is growing. Actually, it's not the department you left some years ago. Currently, we have undergraduate population of 3,000 to 4,000. You can imagine. Then postgraduate, masters, we have over 500. PhD, about 30. The current program, the last time I checked, that is also very encouraging. A lot of people are actually applying for our programs. I mean, it tells us that we are doing something good. But we have challenge of what? Infrastructure. And we will appeal to alumni to come to our support. In fact, before I conclude, there is one particular request I have to make you know, and I hope our alumni is going to do for us. I wanted to paint our building. I mean, give it a new shape, because and in the process of doing, my colleague HOD of statistics told me that, oh, Prof. Owusu, as for us, our alumni painted ours for us. And then another colleague, director at Prof. Solomon, is it Isa? No, Rips, right?
Rips. Yes, Rips.
Yes, yes. When he saw that I was, making, attempt to paint the place, and then he told me, look, ours to our alumni did it for us. So that sent me into thinking that today, when I meet our alumni, I will make a special appeal to you. In fact, I want to give you this assignment. That is, you have to give, this building a fresh coat of paint. So I will be extremely grateful if you, you are our family. If you could come together and undertake this project for us before November this year. I mean, this may seem like a simple gesture, but it means a lot for us. When we see it, it will remind us that this is a special donation from our alumni. So I sincerely hope you will accept this challenge. This one, we want you to do it yourself. We don't want the money. You can engage the painters, the contractor, whoever you want to give the work to. Prof. Mensah and some of your colleagues are also alumni. I think they will, help you also that you do this work for us. In fact, looking ahead, our biggest dream is to build a modern computer department building. You see, when the time comes for fundraising, already there is somebody who is trying to help. We have the building plan already there, and all that we need is the funds. So when the time comes for fundraising, we will count on your support as well. Also, if you have ideas, networks, opportunities that can help us realize this vision, please join us, because I believe together we can build a legacy that will serve generations, to come. So I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring hot engagement. I hope our students are here. It is my wish that before they leave, they must be very encouraged, and so that they will, discover new opportunities. And I also wish that today's conversation create lasting relationship that benefit both our department and the entire university. Thank you very much. God bless you and have a wonderful program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, HOD. Can we show our support with a round of applause? You know, the emojis, let them fly. Yes, that is our head of department for the Department of Computer Science, University of Ghana. We'll take a quick remark from the Dean, School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, Professor Kovna Doku Amfasa. Prof. Um, Prof, I notice you have unmuted, but we cannot hear you. We still cannot hear Prof. I think we have a technical challenge there. Okay, Prof has left the line. Right, whilst we'll give him just a sec to see if we can have him back. I'm pretty sure he's checking his connection. To get him to join. I know we have our provost. Definitely the remark will come through. So we will move quickly to our Provost College of Basic and Applied Sciences, Prof. Yidana Shadu.
All right. Good morning. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof, we can hear you.
All right. I can hear an echo. I don't know what is going on there. Did I log in more?
Looks like.
Oh, I don't have any other.
Yes, you are in twice. Good, great.
Okay, so I believe it's gone. One is gone off now.
Yes.
All right. So good morning. Can you hear me well?
Perfect.
Okay. So good morning and congratulations once again to the Department of Computer Science for taking the lead in this regard. This is what I'm so excited about this program, and this is what we are supposed to be doing as part of our strategic plan implementation, especially the first priority. So our intention is to make sure that every student that comes through our programs, they go through the best of experiences, and when they leave, they have a lot of opportunities ahead of them. So this is just one of the opportunities that you are making available for the students to have the best of experience as they go through. And I believe that the dean is hearing what I'm saying now. I want the whole school to duplicate this because this is very, very important. Having your students to touch base with their alumni is key to advancing their various careers. So by sharing experiences, what they went through and what they are currently doing, how they got to where they are now, is very, very important for students to be able to take a cue and to learn from that in molding their careers. So the HOD mentioned earlier on the other activities that university is making, especially the upgrade of that powerhouse that happened yesterday. And I wish to inform the House that this was part of a project that is funded under the leadership of the Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Wandari. You know, the MasterCard funded project. So they got the resources from that project, and then they upgraded this powerhouse. So you can have your storage. You will be able, you can connect to that system, and then you store your data, and also undertake important research. Especially those of you who do a lot with technology, I believe that that would be very instrumental. And it's just one of the things the university is doing to enhance research and also student training. So let's take advantage of that. Apart from that, you know, the college as a whole, we are trying to enhance entrepreneurship. As part of improving the student experience, we have entrepreneurial programs that are coming up. With the process is very slow because of the bureaucracy that we have in the university system. But very soon, for those of you who are in level 200, level 300, you will get to benefit from that. We will be relying again on our alumni and some key industry players that we have been collaborating with to come to share with you experiences. So that those of you who are in the technology sector, you know, it's not a matter of coming out and trying to look for jobs. You already have the skills to be able to set up enterprises. And that's where the experiences of those in industry prove very, very useful. You'll work with them, set up enterprises, and you will even end up being employers of labor rather than those who are seeking employment. So on this note, I wish to express my strongest support to the Department of Computer Science, the alumni, and then the planners of this program. You know, I want to thank especially Professor Solomon Mensah, Mr. Atamensa, everyone who has been involved in putting this together. And then the HOD. I heard the appeal of the HOD. HOD, you made an appeal which I support. Alumni try to help the department to put the pin to pin the existing building. But we are even making stronger demands. You know that the current building is not befitting the status of Department of Computer Science. While we are working, we are putting internal processes in place to ensure we provide the necessary support. We're also appealing to stakeholders, especially alumni, to provide the support needed to be able to give them a befitting place of abode. So on the note, once again, thank you very much. And I wish you the very best of your engagement. And then thank you once again, HOD, and then Solomon Mensah. So enjoy your program, sir.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Let's give him the virtual applause, everyone online. Let's give Prof a virtual applause. We are grateful. We are
Dr. Mensah, I don't know whether you can hear me now.
Yes, Prof. Yes, we can hear you now. Please, you can go ahead.
Because of I'm in the house and it seems I'm having some challenges. Yes, but I don't know whether I can still make my remark.
Please go ahead with the remark. Yes, we can hear you crystal clear. We are grateful.
Yes, I think most of the job has been done by first the HOD and then my provost, which due to my machine, he has to speak before me. But I have some things more just to say. I cannot be here, and then I will not make any remark. So I will say good morning, and then I will greet a provost, and then distinguished alumni, colleagues, students, and then invited guests. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Sprint 2026. I commend the Department of Computer Science and its Alumni Association for these excellent initiatives, which create a meaningful platform for our students to learn directly from those who once sat in the same classrooms and then are now making remarkable contributions across the technology industry and beyond. To our alumni, you are among the school's greatest asset. Your achievements reflect the quality of education you receive here, and your continual engagement is essential to shaping the next generation of innovators and leaders. Today, you are not only sharing your experience, you are giving our students hope directions, and then inspiration. I encourage all alumni to see this event as the beginning of an even stronger partnership with the department. Beyond mentorship, there are many ways to contribute. We can offer us mentorship, as the HOD said, and then supporting student projects, establishing scholarships, providing research collaborations, donating equipment, and participating in curriculum development. Those who are in academia, we also want you to make inputs to our programs to enrich it for the job market. Today, this contribution will strengthen the department and enhance the quality of education we provide. To our students, make the most of this opportunity. Ask questions, build lasting relations, and learn from the journeys of those who have walked the path before you. On behalf of the School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, I sincerely thank our alumni for giving back to the alma mater. We look forward to building a vibrant, enduring alumni network that will continue to transform lives and position the Department of Computer Science among the very best. Thank you, and I wish you all productive and inspiring Sprint 2026.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Dean, we are so grateful. Let's give Dean the virtual applause wherever you are. Give him the virtual applause. Awesome. So we have our hosts, essentially having thrown their weight behind this August event. That means that we have the right footing to kick off. So we are really grateful for their submissions from the HOD to the Dean and to the Provost. Thank you once again. Now we will dash off quickly to our former HODs. Yes, our former HODs at the Department of Computer Science. We have with us here Professor Jamaldeen Abdullahi and Dr. Matoda Wilson. They will take turns and also give us a brief remark regarding DCS alumni relationship.
So, Mark, who's speaking first?
Prof. Jamal, you go first. Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you. Good morning once again, and I equally welcome the alumni. It's just unfortunate that I would have loved that this meeting should have been in person. Sometimes they say seeing is believing, right? So that those who are joining online would have had the opportunity to visit the department, to be able to witness the progress that have been made, and also to see the way forward. But all the same, I'm sure from time to time we will have some of you as alumni visiting the department so that you can have first-hand information about the progress. My HOD has already stated the growth of the department over the years. I'm not going to go that much, but I just want to emphasize that, as he was mentioning, I think over the past 5 years, the academic programs that are being run in the department has almost quadrupled, if I'm not mistaken, has almost quadrupled. And the student numbers have almost doubled. But I don't think the faculty strength has even increased by 5% over the past 5 years. So this is just to let you know the efforts as faculty, what we have been doing in order to grow the department. is really taking a strain on us. And we are not just doing this for fun, because we want to be part of the global academic community. And so we cannot continue to stay behind and continue to run the legacy computer science undergraduate and postgraduate degree. So we have taken modern courses on board. And that means that faculty will have to relearn and relearn. Alongside this, faculty will have to continue to do research. And alongside this, we want to make sure that we equip the students with the sort of skills that is required by industry, as well as the knowledge they require to pursue postgraduate programs. So as a department and as faculty, I'm not blowing our own trumpet, but I can say that we have done extremely very well in the past 6 years, or in the past 6 years. So I think this meeting is a wake-up call to our alumni to appreciate what we have been doing as a department, and also to contribute their quota to the development of the department. And as already mentioned by the Dean, Provost, HOD, those things that they mentioned that you should be able to support, I think you should take it seriously. I'll be waiting to hear from the alumni, because I remember we met here last year. I think last year there was both in person and then online. So I want to hear whether something has been put together since that meeting towards the development of the department. So I'll be waiting to hear from you as alumni. But what I will also add is that I would want the alumni community to assist the department in terms of getting to help mentor students, particularly internship and mentorship. Because this is a very serious problem in the department. We lack this opportunity to get our students to have internship during school break. And as you all know, this is really very key for their development, given the fact that this is the only time they will have the opportunity to relate with what they learn in their classroom, in the industry. So I'll plead with you to see how, as part of your plans, how this can be structured to help the department execute that. Thank you so much. And once again, welcome back to the department.
Thank you, Prof, so much for your submission. We are really, really indeed grateful. Let's give him the virtual round of applause. Right, so we will quickly take a short brief, well, I'm using two words at the same time, from Professor Isaac Kwiafe. If you heard in the submission of the HOD, AI is making headlines. And today in Ghana, we cannot talk about AI without our prof, who is one of us, the director of DCS HCI Lab and the faculty at the Department of Computer Science. Prof. Isaac Kwiafe, if you can give us a brief remark, we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Minister, and thank you all for coming. I think the program is well attended. We have about 410 people on the platform, and it keeps increasing, like you said. For me, it's a pleasure to see all of you coming back. And like Prof. Jamal said, this would have been lovely if it's an in-person interaction. But I would not add much. I personally think that the previous speakers have said things that is interesting. And what happens is, if we are even able to do half of what has been asked for my colleagues for the department, I think that would be a game changer for us. So I wouldn't want to bother and add a lot more. But if you help us with internship, you help us with placement, help us with our building, even just 2 or 3, that would be great. Thank you all for coming, and let's have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much, Prof. We are really grateful for the brief submission, a virtual round of applause. Yes, Madam Matilda, I don't know if you have joined with a different link, but you can let us know if you have done so. She's also a former HOD. But the last but not the least remark, we'll pass it on to another former HOD, Professor Ferdinand Katriku, who is also here with us to give us a brief remark. Prof, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Is Matilda going on? I should go.
Please go. We still
Right.
don't have a confirmation of her joining
Okay,
us.
that's fine. A very good morning to you all. It's for me, it's a great privilege to be here amongst you, to share some few insights with you. But unlike many of you, I did not begin my journey with this university as a student. I joined later on as a member of staff. But over the years, the university has become a very important part of my professional life, and I'm very proud of it. I joined as a HOD, and I had the privilege of also teaching, mentoring, and working with many of you who you today proudly call yourself alumni. For us academics, right, they pay us a salary, but our greatest joy comes from meeting former students, years later on. And that's why the in-person meeting would have been excellent. But this time, we are not meeting maybe our students who want to acquire knowledge, but now you are accomplished professionals, entrepreneurs, innovators, leaders, you're all making very meaningful contributions to our society. So for us, nothing will give us much more pleasure or satisfaction than seeing you, exceed even the expectations that we had for you, and to see you make very positive impact within the society, right? For a university, our greatest asset may not even be the buildings, or the academic programs that we run. In my view, the greatest asset that we have are the people that we have, So if you look at it carefully, you see that the reputation of many universities rests with its graduates. It's the students who leave our walls who make us who we are. So every success that you guys chalk, reflects on the university and ultimately on the department. Before coming, I thought about what I wanted to say, but then one thing that kept coming to my mind, which is the pride that we have in your achievements. Because when you excel, this very same thought, when you excel, you don't only bring honor to yourselves, but also to us, who help shape your academic journey. Now, we as a department, we will only flourish or excel when we remain connected to you. So the relationship between us and you, between us, basically, it shouldn't be ending on the day of your graduation. Okay, I've graduated, I've left, and that's the end. I don't need this department anymore. But it's at your graduation, our relationship should mature into some form of lifelong partnership. And this is particularly true for a department like computer science, because our discipline is changing at an extraordinary pace. The way things are changing in the computer science field is just, I mean, marvelous. It's mind-boggling. Technologies which probably were cutting edge maybe 2 or 3 years ago are now becoming obsolete, and new ones, new fields are emerging. So we as a department have a responsibility to our students to prepare them not only for the current technologies. Today, AI seems to be the buzzword, but we don't only have to prepare them for today's technologies, but we have to think about the future, how the field is going to evolve. But we can only do this, and this is where you come in. We can only do this when we maintain good links with you guys who are in industry, because you have knowledge of what is going on in industry. So your experiences, your insights, your professional networks are like gold dust for us. And my colleagues have said it. There are many ways in which you can contribute to the growth of the department. They've mentioned a lot of them, but I'll repeat some of them. You can, for example, mentor some of our current students. Internships have been mentioned. That's important. Industrial attachment opportunities, also important. Guest lectures, there's no reason why we can't invite you in, or you couldn't propose if you know something new or is happening in your area to come and give a guest lecture, either at undergraduate level or at postgraduate level. We'll be more than happy to welcome you, give us a guest lecture. But then there are other things you can help us with. When we are developing new programs, we need your input there, because you know what is going on in industry. Where you can, those of you can, or your organizations can, there's no reason why you can't support some of our students who are excelling or who are facing difficulties with scholarships, equipment, and then software equipment particularly. For example, many of the courses we teach demand equipment, so the experimental equipment. Some of you are in companies that you are doing with some old your old equipment and acquiring new. You could donate that to us, donate those equipment to us. In fact, no contribution will be too small. Sometimes even just a conversation with a student, a simple conversation with a student, can change the direction of that student's life and career. Sometimes the internship becomes the beginning of something great. Sometimes just the advice, from an experienced alumnus, can help us improve our courses, our course offering. Like he said, the world is changing at an unprecedented pace. We have artificial intelligence, wireless networks are evolving, cybersecurity, data science, cloud computing, and there are many new emerging technologies which are actually reshaping our society. It means that we must also remain relevant, and you can help us do so in an effective manner. And so together, if you collaborate, we can ensure that this department will continue to produce graduates who are not only technically competent, but also innovative and I would say ethical, who take their work seriously. So what I'll conclude by saying that, what do you call it? To ask you to remain active with the department. You should continue to be proud ambassadors of the institution. And so we have every reason to be proud of you, and I would like here to congratulate the organizers, especially Professor Solomon, for putting all of this together. I wish you a very successful and fruitful deliberations. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. Ferdinand Katriku. Please, let's give the virtual round of applause. Dr. Matoda, Madam Matoda, as we properly call it, I don't know if you are still here or if you've joined with a different ID. Okay, whenever she comes through, we'll definitely introduce her and let her give her remarks at the appropriate time to acknowledge a host of other senior colleagues and colleagues who have also joined us from the Department of Computer Science. So we'll quickly jump to the main substance of the event, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, who are our alumni presidents and some of our executives? They are going to take over right now and give us the purpose of today's event, and we'll get a quick rundown of how the session is going to follow, also by Jennifer. So I'm going to pin these two persons, Mr. Eric Keme and Jennifer Opon, please. The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Mark, for this opportunity. It's a privilege to welcome all of you to Sprint 2026. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our heads of department, Professor Ebenezer Owusu. I will want to assure Professor Owusu that the alumni will take up the charge that he's given to us, and then we'll get the work done for him by December, just as he said. We also want to acknowledge the Dean of School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, Professor Kwabena Doku Aponsa, the Provost of College of Basic and Applied Sciences, Professor Yidana Sandu Mark. He is so passionate about computer science. For all the programs that I've attended that computer science has invited him, he's always there. Prof, we acknowledge you. We acknowledge our former heads of department, Professor Ferdinand Katriku, Professor Jamal Dean Abdullahi, Dr. Matilda Owusu, who is our first female head of department. We also acknowledge the Mr. Redu, who was our former head of department. And then we also have Mr. Ernest JB, who was our former head of department. Then we have Mr. Ayite and then Professor Odum, who are no more with us. We want to appreciate them for the work they've done for computer science. Our distinguished mentors, our alumni, every student who has joined us today, your presence means a great deal to us. And we are grateful that you've taken time to be part of this event. The Sprint event was born out of a simple idea that some of the most valuable lessons are not always found in lecture notes or classrooms, but in experiences of those who have gone ahead of us. Today's theme, 3 things I wish I knew at level, maybe level 100, 200, 300, 400, reflects that idea perfectly. Every mentor has traveled a different path, faced different challenges, learned lessons they wish they had known earlier. Today, they have chosen to share those lessons with us, not because they have all the answers, but because they understand the value of helping someone else move forward. To our students, I will encourage you to learn carefully, ask questions, and be curious. One conversation today could give you a new perspective, open a new door, and even shape the next step in your journey. To our mentors, thank you for giving us your time, your knowledge, and your honest experiences. Your willingness to invest in the next generation is what makes this program possible. I hope today's conversation inspires new ideas, build meaningful relationships, and reminds us all of the strength of the only department that we know, the Department of Computer Science. The Department of Computer Science has now turned us into a community. That is the alumni. Let us make this community great. Let us help to build what we want to build for our future generation. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Right. So Jennifer, will you give us a quick rundown of how the session is going to flow? Yes, your audience, 400 plus of us are all yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mark, and thank you very much, Mr. Kemi. Now that we've actually heard why we are gathered here today, I will briefly walk us through how the rest of our session is going to unfold so that everyone knows exactly what to expect. So, we have designed today's program to be very interactive, practical, and engaging from the very beginning to the end. And we are going to start with our mentor spotlight, where our mentors will each share 3 things they wish they had known at a particular stage of their journey. So this will be short, honest reflections drawn from their very own personal experiences, just as Mr. Kemi said. So after they are done, we'll move into our speed mentoring breakout sessions. This is really the heart of today's event. We will have the opportunity to meet with different mentors in different groups. We have the opportunity to also ask them questions, learn from their various experiences during school times, and also receive some practical advice as well. So every rotation is timed. Because of that, we have to make most of this time during our conversation and move to the next room as well. So once the breakout sessions are over, we will all return to the main room for a rapid Q&A, where our mentors will answer some of the questions from the chat. We will then wrap up with a brief networking session where we will have the opportunity to connect with our mentors beyond today's program. Before we conclude with our closing remarks, and a group photograph will also be taken. Now, a few quick reminders before we begin. Please participate actively. Don't be shy. Yes, please don't be shy of asking questions. The more engaged you are, the more valuable this experience will be for you. So with that being said, we are all set for what promises to be an exciting and insightful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so I will give us a brief introduction of our mentors for today's session. And once these introductions are over, we will go into the breakout rooms. So you know who you are joining and what they have to offer you. And so let's give them a round of applause. We have 4 mentors. I want you to give them a round of applause before I even introduce them to you. Yes, I'm excited about them. Very, very, very excited about these mentors who have volunteered to be our special guest for today. So just for your information, at the point in time we are transitioning into the breakout rooms, their names will be the names of the breakout rooms, and then you choose whichever one you wish to join. Yes, so their names, as we are going to call them out, will be their the names of the breakout rooms. They are not open yet, but they are set. Now, if these mentors can turn on their cameras so that we know who they are as I present them, I am going to start off with Mr. Daniel Osebwatin. Mr. Daniel Osebwatin, please, if you can hear me. Yes.
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Great, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel Osebwatin is a senior specialist, database administration at MTN Ghana. Now he hails from Peru Obo in the eastern region. He's married with 4 children. He served as the COMSA vice president during the 2026-2027 2006 and 2007, sorry, academic year, and he has worked with MTN Ghana for the last 17 years. Yes, a senior specialist in database administration. And he holds a BSc in computer science and physics from the University of Ghana and an MSc in information technology from KNUST, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Of course, after outside work, he enjoys listening to old music, what we popularly call adademu. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a virtual round of applause to Mr. Boateng. Yes, Mr. Daniel Boateng. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Now, next on my list, yes, is Efia Owusu Fofie. Yes, Efia Owusu Fofie. Yes. Now, Efia is the CEO and CDO of Coders Who Travel LLC and the president and executive director of the Coders Who Travel Foundation. Now, she has held senior roles at Booz Allen Hamilton, Deloitte Consulting, and Mathematical Policy Research. She founded both the Coders Who Travel Incorporated as well as the Women Who Code Accra. She holds a BSc in Statistics and Computer Science from the University of Ghana and a dual MSc degree in Statistics and Statistical Science and Operations Research from George Mason University. In 2025, she was named a 40 under 40 honoree by George Mason Black Alumni Chapter and a co-keynote speaker for the DCS Maiden Homecoming, the event where I first encountered her. Outside technology, she is also a recording artist and a composer with 2 Christian albums to her name. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Efia Owusu Fofie.
Thank
Our
you.
next alumni and mentor is Andy Bubune. Andy Bubune, my own Bubune, cloud engineer at Google. Now, Andy is a cloud engineer, as I mentioned, with Google and has over a decade experience in cloud technologies, automation, security, and AI hyperscale computing. He enjoys helping university graduates and early career engineers to bridge the gap between the academic theory and real-world practice. Now, if you are thinking of navigating your first tech job, decoding system designs or mastering cloud automation and security, well, he's here to help you to build a very strong foundation for a long-term engineering career. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Andy Bubune. Yes, Andy didn't, he's not turned on his camera. I'll pin him regardless so that you see the names when you go to the breakout rooms. Yes, the names will be there. That is Mr. Bubune, right? Then the last mentor on the list is my own brother, Aaron Bafo Jr. He's a computer science professional and mentor based right here in Accra, and he holds a bachelor's degree in computer science and mathematics. He has a master's as well in cybersecurity and digital forensics from the University of East London, and holds a master's degree from University of Ghana Computer Science Department 2024. He began his teaching journey actually as a first teaching assistant for Professor Jamal Dean Abdullahi, one of our former HODs, and he has experience that that shapes his passion for learning. So mentoring and helping others grow comes to him with ease. Now, with a blend of practical industry insights, relatable stories, and good sense of humor, Aaron enjoys sharing honest career lessons that inspire students to navigate their own journeys with confidence and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Mr. Aaron. Right. So these are our mentors. Hey, Aaron, the beard. Oh, pardon me, guest. It's been a long time I met my brother. He had not a single beard. Now he has overtaken me. Well, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are our mentors. We are going to have on the 3 lessons with one short story. Each of them will give us a 4 minutes submission, and immediately afterwards we'll open all the breakout rooms for us to join them. So we'll start off with Mr. Daniel Boateng.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. And then on all existing protocols, I greet all of you. And in fact, I will say I'm very happy. For the first time, I heard computer science, we have a single major. I won't say that the phases that I combined computer science with have regretted, but how I wish at that time, 2007, we had single major in computer science. I could have jumped into that one. So congratulations to all of us for at least having a single major in computer science. Yeah, so the 3 things I wish I knew. In fact, I had a very good mentor at that time who happened to be my late senior brother. So these 3 things that I'm coming to mention, I would say I didn't lack those 3 things because I saw the light at that time. And I also owe Dr. Mrs. Matilda Wilson because she has been my second mentor. I mean, my biological mentor was my late brother, and Madam or Dr. Matilda is still my mentor since school because it got to a point that she even gave me the opportunity whilst I was in level 400. She gave me the opportunity to teach the database for level 300. That is my score. So, Madam Dr. Matilda, thank you very much. So the 3 things, the first one is knowing your career path. The second one is participating in COMSA programs. Because I was the vice president in 2006-2007 academic year, we organized a lot of activities during the COMSA week. And this one gave us the opportunity to meet the industry and also connected what we are learning practically in the enterprises. Then the third one that I will mention is internship. So if I still have time, then I can go through the career path. At times we all go to school from level 100. What do we want to become? This is a question that I was discussing with some of my mates in level 100. Someone told me that after all, when we finish school, we are all going to look for money. So whatever that the person will do to get money, that is his ambition. But we have to know what we would love to do after we finish school. So knowing your career path is very, very important because at the end of the day, computer science is broad. You cannot do everything that we are learning in school. A typical example is when we were in school, we were doing programming, database, networking. When I finished and I did my service, I had Cisco Network Associate or CCNE certification. But where I am working now, I saw that I'm more into database. So the networking that I did was not, sorry to say, good or important to me at that time. So knowing my career path, I moved to the database side and I did a lot of certifications in database. Then the second one is participating in COMSA programs. I don't know if COMSA is still vibrant as we speak now.
Yeah, it is.
If COMSA is not vibrant, then some of us can help to resurrect the COMSA, the spirit of COMSA. Because during the COMSA week, we invite the industry giants. I can make mention of Kofi Annan ICT Center. I can make mention of IPMC. I can make mention of even interacting with some of the telcos like MTN, where I currently work, Tigo at that time, Vodafone at that time. And when it happens like this, we have a lot of industry experienced people who come and lecture us. We have a lot of people who also come and have some exhibition of their products. If they have developed a software, we just go in and key in our information and see how the data that we are entering will be captured in the database. If people have developed web application, we also go in and test, know our the experience, what we are learning in classroom, how we can put them together to work. The third one, because of time, the third one I'll chip in is about internship. In fact, like this 3 point, I said my brother, who was my mentor, gave me all these three when I finished even SS. When I finished SS, it was Friday. The following Monday, he enrolled me into computer classes at NCR, National Cash Register. That is where I started learning computer. I thought I was just playing with the computer, not knowing that that is what is going to land me into my career and future. So I started training at NCR. After that, every weekend, they employ me to come and teach. When I finish school, or every semester when we are on vacation, I go to NCR, go and teach, go and work. So I started my internship earlier, and it really helped me. I think one of COMSA week, there is my learning friend, James Abakwam. He asked a question. When we finish school and we are going to apply for job, they will say we need 2 years experience. We need 3 years experience. We have just finished school, so where are we getting the experience from? At that time, it was a very valid question that my friend asked. So if we are to go for interview and they ask me, do you have experience? I always say yes. I remember when I went to ADB in 2008 to look for a job, they asked Daniel, do you have experience? And I said yes. The man said, you just finished school, so where do you have experience? And I told him, I've been doing internship from level 100 to 400. So that is my experience. And they were all clapping and laughing. Yes, that is where we have to start from. We don't have to wait till we are looking for the job before we say we will have 2 years or 3 years experience. So my colleagues here, my students, my fellow students, I will employ you, or I'll urge you that you don't have to wait till you go and do national service and you use national service 1 year as your work experience. You have to start from now. Internship. In fact, I'm very happy that we are mentioning this, because at times some people are willing to do internship, but they don't know where to do those internships. If we are now connecting with our alumni and we are connecting, if you go to the enterprises, you will see a lot of people who are from Legon computer science, but you wouldn't know. So I will urge the department to also connect with some of us, the alumni, to get a lot of enterprises who assist in absorbing our students in the internship side. I think I'll end here for my colleague or my friend, who is my classmate in 2007. We all finished. I'm always happy to see Efia when she is bringing her input here. So Efia, I will hand to the MC so that he can also throw the ball to you. If I have to come in again, I'm still available. I will come in. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Boateng. So you have a very long chat and conversation when we go into the breakout room with all those who come to your room. And that is why this period, you are just giving us the 4 minutes, submission on the theme. So they will definitely come. So please be anticipating more engaging sessions beyond here. So we'll move on to Efia. Yes, Efia, your 4 minute submission. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mark. And it's good to see you two both. We called him both back back in uni. And as I was listening to his story, I was like, this is the guy that checked all the boxes. So I'm glad I am following up. I think I checked some boxes, not all boxes. So hopefully that also balances out our conversation. So I'll begin with my short story. In the long vacation of 2005, I got a working holiday visa for UK, and I went and spent the summer. I used about 1.5 months trying to find a job, even with a working holiday visa. And eventually I found an any work job, which was a fundraiser, commission based, where you just gallivant around territories, knocking on doors and selling different organizations like RSPCA, St. John's Care Services, and Action for Blind. I still remember them because I talked about it so much. But when I returned to Ghana, I found that I had not done so well in 3 subjects. And so I was creating, it was going to create some problems for me as far as the timeline of finishing the degree was concerned. And that got me scared. And so I remember hitting the ground and praying the prayer of Jabez, and it was because a neighbor, I should say, in the same hostel had that book, and I chanced on it. And it says, it's First Chronicles 4:10. Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. And I literally said that prayer thinking particularly of my mom, because I'm the only child of my mother, because I was literally scared of, seeing some of the results on those three subjects. So as I was introduced, I'm a mathematical scientist, a philanthropist, and a musician. And that focuses on my mind, mathematical scientist, philanthropist, my heart, and musician, my faith. And that's what I'd like to impart to you in this minutes that I have. For your career, I say get supplementary academic support outside your lectures with your lecturers. Find out about teaching assistants and even your colleagues who are currently excelling, and be sure to reach out, because sometimes the different angles of impartation of knowledge gives you a holistic picture. Maybe if you hear it directly from only lectures, it's just not getting you there. A TA or your colleague who is very smart can help you. Pursue internships, both paid with companies, but I also want to stress on unpaid, that is volunteer philanthropic initiatives, because if companies don't want to pay you because you don't have the experience, they still would like to train you on an unpaid, because then it won't affect their bottom line. And so I'll even say start with volunteering, build that experience, and from that you get your paid jobs. I think your mindset is everything. I share that prayer of Jabez because after that prayer, I just had this renewed sense of commitment that I was going to do whatever it takes. I was able to become a teaching assistant at the statistics department by the time this journey concluded, right? But it was that mindset. We've been watching the World Cup, and people are already debating why is it that you can score early and concede 2, 3 goals at the latter end. It's about mindset. I think Argentina has a strong mindset at this point. I don't know how they are whipping out goals last minute like that, right? But it's mindset. Say you will complete your degree no matter what, and you are going to do it in a timely fashion, and take courses that count towards the graduation. Okay, that will help that timeline. And if you get the opportunity to travel to abroad, do, because travel and see is a real thing. It gives you exposure, but do not use all your time for traveling outside. That is being a bugger when you have to build experience on your resume and internships. And so, last but not the least, we all care about relationships because it feeds our hearts. But if you are in a relationship on campus, try to balance it with your studies, and hopefully that leads to a wedding someday. But if it doesn't, you won't look back and say, I wish I hadn't been in that relationship. And that will be it for me. Thanks for the
Awesome,
opportunity.
awesome, 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 awesome. Let's give her a virtual round of applause. If you want to hear more, her name will be on the breakout room session. So just take note. Right. Mr. Andy Bupune. The floor is all yours. Yes. Your
Thank
4 minute
you, Mark.
submission.
I hope you can all hear me.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to acknowledge our profs, our lecturers. I think most of us cannot get to where we are without them. They've helped shape us. So I want to acknowledge and thank them. I want to call out Prof. Kachiku, Prof. Chamo, Mrs. Kicha. These were professors I served under as TA during my time at the department. So I'm grateful, and I'm sure most of us are grateful as well. So a short story. I've been at the department for, I think, around 2014 after my BSc, still somewhere around 2018, first quarter of 2018. And my initial goal was to continue my career and become a prof like they are, because I was teaching the department. I love to teach, I like to share. However, at that point, I had an opportunity to move into the industry, and I had to have a very important conversation with Prof. Jamal and Prof. Kachepo, whether to continue to pursue my PhD opportunity. At the point, I was actually applying for PhD scholarships, working closely with Prof. Solomon Mensah, who at the time was at City University of Hong Kong pursuing his PhD as well. And I had to make a decision whether to go ahead or go into the industry. And I had a very fruitful conversation with both Professor Jamal and Professor Kachko that made me go on the path I am now. That's not to say I've given up on my other dreams, but the important thing is that I had some mentors that helped guide me. So 3 things. 1, build your tribe before you need it. I'll be sharing more on that in the breakout sessions. The second one, I'll say code in public or leverage community, tech community forums. There are many open source communities where you can get yourself plugged in and get involved and showcase what you're doing. And I'll share details of that as well in the breakout session. And then lastly, I want to touch on structured learning through certifications. You want to leverage that as well. There are free certifications, there are paid certifications, stuff where you can, but definitely that will help you to keep up with the learning curve in the industry. Our professors have shared a lot about that. The further academia curriculum doesn't change as fast as we see the industry evolve. And this one where you can stay up or keep up with the changes that are happening in the industry so that you are ready for the industry. So these are the 3 things I want to share, and see you in the breakout sessions. Let's have fun and connect. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks so much, Mr. Bubune. Aaron, yes.
Hey. Good morning to everyone.
Good
Andy,
morning.
I think you took my script. Anyway, I'm very happy to be here. I'm actually behind the scene person. So when I got the opportunity to be part of the mentor, my first reaction was to reject it because I don't want to come to the limelight. But I think being here, it feels very, very nice. One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this was, as Sandy mentioned, we had a great mentors whilst we were in school, especially during our service time, being a TA, being with Professor Jamal, Professor Katriko. They having that kind of belief that you don't even know that you have it. It was very, very helpful. I started right after undergraduate, after the national service. I started with the MPhil because, as Andy said, we all wanted to be lecturers. But I think after the first year of taught course, then opportunity came to go move to the corporate. So it was kind of difficult. So we took the corporate line, and then we deferred our program, and later on we came to do it. But I'm saying this because sometimes you need to be flexible. You may have a specific career path, as Mr. Booth mentioned, but things will happen, and that flexibility, will help you to jump onto that particular career path. You don't have to be static. So the 3 things I would like to share with my friends on here is, first of all, you have to start before you feel that you are ready. Don't think that you are not qualified to do something, so you are waiting till you feel like you are ready. No, because they say confidence actually comes after you started, not before you started doing it. So you need to start doing the work before you feel that you are ready. Andy also mentioned certifications. Certifications are very good, but I also plead to my fellow colleagues that they have to develop their skills. People want to know you not because you have so certification. The question is, what can you do? So please, let's develop our skills. It's very important. And the last one I will talk about is we shouldn't underestimate the power of our friends. We may be sitting here, friends, you wouldn't know who you meet in the next few years and who will open the door for you. So please never underestimate your classmates. More on these topics, if you want to know more, my break room will be there and then we can talk more. Once again, thank you very much for the privilege.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for your brief submissions. So we will not waste too much time. Yes, I'm happy to know that we still have 400 sustained, engaging participants here with us, keenly following this discussion. I think you deserve a round of applause for yourself, every single one of you in the audience, those of you all here. Just give yourself, a pat in the back. Now, as you're about to break into the breakout room sessions, what is one fond memory of your time at the university, at the Department of Computer Science, whether you are current or past, in one word? Leave it in the chat comment section, just one word. Fond memory, put it in just one word. How would you describe that experience? Put it down one word out there. And then whilst we are doing that, the breakout rooms are opened. I believe so. Prof. Solomon, I believe you have done that for us. And then you just leave your message before you move into your breakout rooms. Like I said, it is their names that are going to be used. The names of our 4 mentors are going to be used. They've given their submission. I hope you are inspired. Kindly join a breakout room right away.
And Mark, can you reiterate, is it a Q&A in the breakout rooms?
We will add yes, it's going to be a Q&A. You introduce yourself and then leave the platform for them to ask you questions, and you respond to them to the best of your ability. Essentially, this is where you have one-on-one. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
you. All right.
You don't wait to be trained. You already actively seek the opportunity to learn, to upskill. Training and learning will be continuous because we find ourselves in an industry that is always changing. The learning curve is there. So you want to find things that you're interested in and consciously make the effort to always learn. And that's where certifications come in. They are important because they give you a structured way to learn what's important, right? If I say Kubernetes, for instance, there's so much to talk about. But if you pick a CTK, which is a Certified Kubernetes Administrator, for instance, or Application Developer Certification, for instance, it gives you a structured approach to how you should learn the technology. And by the time you are achieving the certifications, you would have gained enough knowledge that helps you to apply this technology in the industry, which employers are looking for. So the end game is not just to have the badge and hang that you have a badge, but as part of the process to acquire the badge, you want to tell yourself, I'm getting a skill out of it. Most of these certifications require you to do some projects or small scale projects for yourself. Do them actively. Don't just study to get a badge and have it shining and everybody say, congratulations. It should be more than that, right? So continuous training, and this will help you to be ready for the industry. Finally, if I could go back, I'll tell myself, focus less on the textbook stuff, right? More on the ecosystem. What's happening around you? Who are in your community? Who is in your tribe, right? Build in the open, learn via structure, and then find people who will help shape your career. Stay in touch with friends and colleagues. Stay in touch with like-minded people where you get opportunity to talk about all the stuff that you find interesting as well. And keep sharing what you are passionate about. Sometimes that's how those employers, or that's how the opportunities that you're looking for will come as well, right? Anything you learn, share, let people know you've learned something. As you give back, new opportunities will also find you. And I'll stop here. Let's go into Q&A and let's take questions and let's see how best we can answer them. Thank you.
Andy Bubune. Hello.
So,
I think someone
yes, I see Evan's hand is raised. Evans, can you go ahead?
Yeah, so can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Can I be heard?
I'm not sure I can hear Evans.
I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
Evans, I know your hand is raised. If you can mute yourself and let's hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can anyone hear Evans? If anyone can hear Evans, give me a thumbs up, because
I can hear Evans.
Oh,
I
you
can
hear Evans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's coming from Andy.
Okay, maybe it's coming from my end. So give me a second. Sorry.
Hello, can you hear now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Awesome.
All right. Okay. So
please go ahead.
The first person should go ahead. Oh.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Evans should go ahead.
Yeah. So I am not a student. I graduated. I graduated last year.
Okay.
So for me, I wasn't a department person like you would. I was more of just class and then exam, and I'll go my way. I wasn't really relating to lectures like that. But then I was very focused on the career aspect of things. So I built my personal projects and everything, and I got lucky. I got a job before I even completed school. So there wasn't anything like national service on my side because I had a job. I didn't want to waste my time on the national service. So I'm still working. But then it has always been my dream to work at the forefront of technology. I just don't want to. I'm just not happy with the Ghanaian culture of work. Like, I'm just not. It has always been my dream to work at the forefront of technology. For instance, I had been following a company in US called Zoox. At the time I was following them, they had just started building their self-driving cars. And then I remember there was a webinar where I asked them if it could be possible. That was when I was in college. It could be possible for me to join them. And the answer they gave me was that I would have to be in the US. Aside that, the other companies in the UK that I applied, in the email, immediately I mentioned I'm from Ghana. They're like, oh, we are sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like, it looks like my dream of working at the forefront of technology is quite, like, it's difficult while I'm here in Ghana. So I don't know if there are any advice on that, or
Yeah. So maybe I'll try to answer that quickly as much as possible. So yes, today we have a very global village, right? I know a lot of people who are working remotely, so that's opportunity that's there, where you can target remote jobs, and there are those avenues as well. And then at the same time, there's still opportunities to go to travel out to experience different cultures and work somewhere else. However, currently or recently, something that I'm seeing is that it's becoming difficult because of the changing mindset in foreign nations about keeping talents that are local rather than hiring from afar because of visa immigration challenges, right? Sometimes has nothing to do with your skill sets or your qualification or you being a good candidate. In fact, there have been great candidates that were almost hired, but because of immigration challenges and sometimes the cost involved, companies will have to look away. Having said that shouldn't be a stopper. I say that the preparation that gets you to this stage for me is more important. So, for instance, one thing I can say is the way you interview for some of these opportunities is very, very different from what I know or I've been used to back when I was in Ghana. The interview are different, and I think this is something students and both early career seekers or people who have been in a career for a while who are looking outside for new opportunities don't know, and sometimes are caught by a surprise, and because of the lack of this information, they sometimes fail interviews. It requires a lot of preparation. Most of the time, the interviews will happen in multiple rounds, testing different knowledge that the Ghanaian will normally, you go in there and they have a number of people on the panel, you get to meet them in just a one-off. They ask you some questions and then you cannot walk away and you're like, okay, this guy, he wanted a lot of money because of that will not hire, something like that. I'm not saying it's all the time, but something like that. Whereas most of the companies out there, you go through a series of interviews, meet different people, where they test your knowledge on things like system design, data structures and algorithms. It might be coding exams if the job requires it. It might be your leadership skills, your communication skills, if that is required for the job. So learning these soft skills and also preparing for system design interviews, data structures, algorithm, and knowing how to answer the questions, knowing how to ask clarifying questions and not just answer the questions, one of gathering information during the interview, showcasing your skill through storytelling, how you solve problems, what you did as part of the experience you are sharing rather than what everybody did. Those little skills are stuff that we normally don't see. And I hope that post this today's meeting, we can have a forum where we can have such opportunities to teach and guide some of us who are looking for the opportunity to prepare us, because I believe there's a lot of talent here, and it's just the way we prepare for interview sometimes that prevents us from making the cut. And once you get there, the next question about immigration and visa will come in, and I believe with some grace you should be able to get through. And there, like I said, there are opportunities to have it remote as well. You don't always need to travel to learn and experience these great cultures. So I'll pause there, and I hope that that gives you perspective to the question.
Yeah. This has really been helpful. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's take the next one, Anthony.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, Andy.
Yes.
Yeah, this Adams.
Right. Adams, Asamiti. Awesome.
Yes.
Carry on.
A long time. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes. In fact, it is an opportunity to really stir the anger in our youth, particularly the students we are training. And so for me, I will not advocate more for myself, but the student I'm teaching. Not all of them might be here. So I have taken note of some of the issues that you enumerated. But I want to be in touch so that I can link up with students, certain questions that I may not be able to answer. Since you are in the field, you'll be able to guide them so that they'll be able to move on well. That's all that I want to say at this time. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Happy to connect, and let's keep in touch and let's do it.
Okay. So how do I get your this thing? I think you are in Facebook, right?
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn, and I think I still have your number, so we'll connect.
If we get in contact or we have the network like we are doing now, and we hear some things like this, we can even have a WhatsApp group or something that we can have frequent communication among ourselves. Then we can direct you to those opportunities. So for me, if you want any assistance, I don't really have a problem. As and when we hear of these opportunities, we will let you know.
All right.
sure you are okay.
Yes, please. Can you share your phone number and then email with us in the chat room so we have access
I will
to
do
it?
that. Okay.
Thank you.
Eric Asare.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to find out, I'm a level 100 student then. Is there a way you can find help us find our career path as a beginner?
Oh yeah, that one we can do that. I can help you with that, because as at now, especially level 100, let me tell you this story. When I finished JHS and I was going to SHS at that time, let me just put my email, then we'll continue. Okay, I'm sure you have it. Yeah, so I was saying when I finished JSS at that time and I was going to SSS, my brother, my mentor, who is late now, may his soul rest in peace, he asked me, Ufindoko SS, then I walk away. And I said, me the minimum. I hope he asked me, go to SS, which course am I going to do? I don't know, because at that time I didn't know the courses they have in SS. And he said, I did science. So if you want to do science, you can go and do science. And I said, okay, I agreed. I didn't know anything about the courses. I thought it was like the JSS that the teacher will come teach you and just go. I didn't know we have different courses. And I believe in him, and I went to do the science, and it helped me. So when I went to do the science and I started doing calculus, trigonometry, and all those probability subjects that were difficult, I said to myself, how I knew I did home econs, I will cook and get food to eat. You get it? Just by the way. But if you don't know what to do or where to go, and you don't know who can direct you, it will be very, very difficult for you. You will just finish the school and you say, I'm not getting work. It's all just because maybe you didn't select your career path well. You didn't love what you were doing. You were being pushed by someone because the person is doing the same. So please, you are welcome. If you want me to assist you in your career path, I've put my number and my email address. If you call once and you don't get me, please send me WhatsApp, because at times I might be in a meeting that I can only chat, I can't talk. Okay, the next one. Unfortunately, I don't know who raised their hands up before the other. So I'm just going from left to right. Paco.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. So I think I have a couple of questions. My first question is about what gave you the leverage to be accepted at MTN over those who were interviewed with you as at the time you were entering? And I also want to know should I take let me take all the questions so that you can answer me when I'm done. The next question was what would be the minimum expectation you have for a student who would like to work with you as maybe a database specialist? And also, how does someone who meets all the requirements get accepted into MTN? I think you stress on recommendation and who knows you. So if you meet all the requirements you give for the previous question, how will someone get accepted at MTN and get to work with you? And I think one thing I agree with you is you mentioned that you stress on fear, and I think until you start everything, it appears difficult, but when you start it becomes easier with time. So I would like to hear from you regarding my 3 questions.
Okay, so I will take it from the last about who knows you or whom you know. Please, don't take it out of context. The who knows you, whom you know, doesn't guarantee you that if you apply for a job and you know Daniel, automatically you will get it. No. Don't take it in that context. The whom you know or who knows you is the networking that maybe there is an opportunity. Let me put it that way. But it doesn't mean that I know Parkour. So when Parkour come for an interview and I'm part of the panel, I'm going to give Parkour upper hand. Not at all. It is based on merit. A lot of companies, it's not about, because if a company is employing you, they are looking at what you are bringing on board. What are you coming to do for the company to also flourish or get more revenue? So if I know you and you cannot help them in anything, I will not employ you. So the whom you know you part is about, because at times I will be there. I have colleagues who are in the banking system. They will send me job profile. Daniel, we need a DBA here. At that time, it's about whom I know or who know me. That is giving me the opportunity to even know that there is an opportunity at EcoBank. So let me apply. That doesn't guarantee that because my friend has informed me, maybe the person is not even in that department that I'm going to work for. So what the person has helped me is just to let me know that there is an opportunity in EcoBank. So let me go. So please don't put it in your head that if you know someone, automatically you are going to secure a job. I hope I've made myself clear there.
Yes, I think that's clear.
Fine. Then the second point, the second question was what?
The minimum expectation for someone looking to go into database specialist. I mean, if the person is applying to MTN.
Yeah, it shouldn't be applying to only MTN, because IT, one good thing about our career is it cuts across every enterprise. They need IT. Everywhere you go, they need IT. So then let's limit ourselves to MTN. I'm into database, yes. and for any other IT related courses. Like I said, the degree is degree in computer science, right? Or degree in information technology. But if we need a network administrator, I'm not going to look for someone who is into cybersecurity or who is into system administration. If I'm looking for someone who is into database administration, I'm not going to look for someone who is into, let's say, intelligence systems or business intelligence, for instance. So now you have to know your career path. Where do you want to go? At times it becomes difficult to even select it whilst you are in school, because in school you are looking for your grade. You want to be in first upper class or you want to be in first class. If that is the case, let us finish, get the degree. But if you know your path alongside, if you have mentors like some of us, and you want to grow your profession, whilst you are getting your grade to get a better class, also you have to branch. So immediately you finish your service, or whilst you are doing your service, you take the courses in the career path that you want to, do, then you will start working on that. I hope that is fair.
Yes, I think that's the, but let's assume the person is a master's student, he already has a career path. That's why you would like to go be a database specialist, right? So I wanted to know, maybe aside your degree, what other minimum expectation will be there for such a person?
Okay, so for me, being a database administrator, that's what I use ADB as an example, because the man showed me the light. Because I didn't know there was a course or a certification called OCA, Oracle Certified Administrator. So he pre-informed me. So for you to be a DBA, there are professional courses. Even in databases, we have Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL, MongoDB, Cassandra, Postgres, and Hadoop. We have all these databases. So you can decide to take certification in some of this, because the job profile that we design, as we speak now, we are even advertising for a certain position. And the requirement, they will even say a degree in, that is the first thing, a degree in computer science, computer engineering, information technology. Then knowledge, in-depth knowledge, you should have OCA, Linux administration, for instance, because as a DBA, your database will be running on operating system. And most likely the enterprises, they use Linux or Solaris. So you have to get all this certification to back your degree. If me and you, we have degree and someone has Oracle certified associate or professional or master, the person, it will be an advantage for that person. I hope you understand.
Yes, I think that's clear.
Okay. Then the first one was about how did I know, or what made me better than the other people.
Yeah, the other candidates who were interviewed alongside. What gave you the leverage?
I think I was coming from the academia, from Kofi Annan ICT Center. So there were some things that I have already taught some students. So practically, I knew the theoretical part, and I also used that opportunity at that time to develop some softwares myself. So practically and also theoretically, I really prepared myself. And I also had that certificate, the OCA, backing my degree. And you know, when I went for the interview, the people that we wrote the exam with, I just got to know after I've been employed that they were already staff in MTN, about 2 of them. So I asked myself, is it a divine intervention or is it because of what I know? But we always have to give credit to God too, because I mean, they were already working, having the working experience. But because I knew I was going there, I prepared myself adequately, backing it with my certification and my University of Ghana certificate too. So you just have to prepare yourself any point in time. Thank you.
Okay.
Abraham.
Recording in progress.
company called Progressive Insurance. And during my interview, they asked me about that unpaid internship. Then I got the Progressive work as a paid internship. And then by the time I came to Mathematica as a senior programmer, the paid internship references, I was told, were very strong. I had become a teaching assistant again at the George Mason University Statistics Department, and they pulled references with them, but they still wanted an industry experience. And for them, Progressive was relevant. Even the unpaid internship, because I had coding snippets in statistical analysis software, which is a programming language, a leading software for that. They wanted a code snippet, and when they interviewed me, they had one person follow up so that I talked to them about what my program is trying to achieve, right? So see how the unpaid and the paid, because they were relevant, it pushed me further to get the next job. There was a second question. I've lost track of it. Can you mention?
Okay, so the second question was to know whether to do mini volunteer in local setting or to aspire for broader international.
Google, and those who are on Google will show you even that they are technology oriented, but also get on LinkedIn and Google with the location search, web search, because Google is not synonymous with web search, but Google has been in search, so we always say Google. But searching for companies, right? I know it's a little harder not to get the databases and the online footprint, which is why I was saying maybe if you drive around, but if you commute by taxi or trotro or other forms of means, you can just set yourself exploratory days and go through your community. And as you are passing, look around, you might find some companies, and you might actually find banks or other companies in your neighborhood. But don't restrict just yourself to your neighborhood, but the neighborhood is a good place to start. And then from your neighborhood, you go to the city level, the national level, global level is how I'll build it. Let me see. We'll have a clear goal, and then we will go to Nora, Harriet, and Osei Jenfi.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much.
You're
Please,
welcome.
I want to ask if you can be a personal mentor to some of us. And please, you sent the email, all of a sudden my network broke down, so I couldn't get that information as well. Yeah.
Okay, good question. So for me, how I mentor is through my career coaching. It's very demanding. We meet twice a week for 3 months. Because I want to transform your life, right? And so the one-on-one mentor session where I just give you tips and advice will not push it to be transformative. So I don't really do that. But if you enroll in the Excel in your Career Coaching Bootcamp, you can go to my website and read more about testimonials of how students are benefiting and career professionals are benefiting from that. And on that website, you go to the blog tab. So that is my way of mentoring the next generation. And I've put in my email address again and the website for you. I also put in my LinkedIn too at some point. So if you are on LinkedIn, that's a good way to also connect with me. I would love to get your perspective on something. This is Nora. If someone has a chance to do their national service or internship as a TA versus at an NGO, but isn't sure yet which one leads to better opportunities afterwards, how would you recommend deciding between the two? What should I be weighing? Let me process your question. Oh, it's a great question. So it would depend on where you want to go with your career, right? The teaching assistantship will really help you if you like to further your career studies at some point. They will know that you've done this before. And most universities, when they give you scholarship in exchange, you have to be a TA or research assistant. So if your immediate goal is to get into advanced studies, I'll go with a TA. But if you are not someone who wants to stay in the classroom for long, I'll say the NGO one. But I would also even throw in there that the TA will likely not allow you to be part-time, but maybe the NGO, they might allow you to be part-time. So you can even pursue the TA job and negotiate with the NGO to see if they can give you part-time. But if it's a split decision where they both want you full-time or nothing else, then I would say it depends on your path that you want to take, and I've already explained. So Nora, let me know if that works for you. Osei Jenfiyao. Thank you, ma'am. As a level 100 student studying IT, most of us had no idea on IT. Some of us don't even know where to start or even where we are going. Everything is just ginsed up. Sometimes some of us even regret. Please help, ma'am. So Osei, I know it's very easy to blame the system and all the circumstances around you, because when you are thrown into something very difficult, like I said, the gap between senior high school and university is very big. And I felt that huge change in the requirements and the demands, right? And I know that, yes, you are pursuing your degree in Ghana, which is a developing country, and the university can be traditional in its delivery. And sometimes it isn't as modern as we want it to be. But just know that even if you consider that what you are receiving is little, there's still a silver lining somewhere, some good that is happening. And for me, even remembering to add semicolons when I program with syntaxes like SAS, which I learned from Department of Computer Science, because without the semicolons, you weren't going to be marked well. It really helped me in my SAS programming later on in the US, because I always remembered my semicolons. So even if there's nothing that happened in life for me while I was there, at least I can be appreciative of that semicolon. So I will encourage you and beseech you to look for something that is good and hold on to it, and then do the best you can. Go to libraries, Google, ChatGPT, round up your own education, because even at work, when you get a job, you won't know everything that your boss asks you to do, but your resilience, again, getting resilience will help you, and you are getting resilience because you are in a tough and difficult situation now. But if you push through, like the caterpillar becomes a butterfly by going through its cocoon, that's the same thing. A transformation will happen for you. So Sage and Phoebe, be encouraged and don't give up. Any more questions?
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. This Adams Azameti.
Okay.
Last year I had an encounter with you.
Oh, okay, Adams.
Yeah, but I was
what I'm asking is that did you upgrade in your program as time went on? Yes.
Okay, that's good. So yes, one of the advantage of working where I am is that you'll be trained in-house. There is, like, let's say, a school within the State Department that you get to train. They will train you. So wherever you find yourself, please be the best. If you've decided to, be at where you are, don't be a passive person. Be the best at what you have. So if it is a training that you need to do for you to become the best in there, do that one first. Then if there are other capacity for you to do other things, then you do it. When I stopped the MPhil and I went to the State Department, the environment was more of using the Microsoft tools, like from the power arms. Now, there are other frameworks that you use to develop, my job required me to be expert in those tools. So even though I had that past experience with networking, I have to shift focus and be the best of the tools that they have assigned me. Because when they are doing performance review, they don't review on what your interest or what your skill sets were. It's about your current within this 1 year. What's your production rate? Right. So, Davy, so wherever you find yourself, whatever tools that you've been assigned to work with, please be the best in using those tools first. Then, when you have the capacity to do other things, then you do it. And I did the programming, and then because of my love for networking, I went in to do the cybersecurity and digital forensics. Now, my core duty is not there, but I get some, work around their area. When there's questions about cybersecurity, when there's anything about digital forensics, I'm not a novice. That idea actually will open other way in the future. But I haven't neglected my core duties as being the programmer. I have to do it and do it well. But as I have other capacity, I'm learning other things too. Okay. So please never abandon, there's a this saying that you don't spoil where you eat. No, make sure you actually do it well. Then when there is other capacity, you do the other things also. Vincent?
Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Vincent, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Aaron. I am Vincent and final year student at UG, currently pursuing IT. And I'm also doing my second degree in cybersecurity with IU International University in Berlin. And
That's good.
my interest is in cybersecurity, of course. I've been an instructor for Mercator IC Security with Cisco Networking Academy. And as I am about to graduate with my first degree, I want a place to do my national service that is focused on hands-on experience. I don't want the situation whereby they will be sending me go by this, and at the end of my 1 year, I will not have the industry experience because I know for sure, and everyone can agree with me that with this new technology, everybody is happy about the risk or the attack spectrum are also spreading and new ones are coming up. And I believe that I will be one of the people that will help fight against these attacks, even though we are the same people who create those technologies. But there are people who wants to use it for other means. So I wanted to ask you if you have any recommendation of any company that you think will help me achieve this goal. And I also I am the type that really like to innovate, very creative and things outside the box. I have two early stage startup that is solving two of the most pressing issues in Ghana currently in the transportation sector and then the housing crisis in Ghana here. So I have other plan B, as you said.
Yeah.
So if you have anything like that that will help me achieve this and help humanity live better, I will appreciate that. Thank you.
Most welcome. So, in terms of the specifics in industry which you can actually do your internship, when it comes to security, right? Most companies do not joke with your security. So, cybersecurity rules are not rules that they will handle to them. They think that you are inexperienced, you are novice. So, but what I know is that Ghana Police and the CID, they are, I heard that you just need someone to actually, walk you there or introduce you to them. But Ghana Police, their cyber units, they are really looking for people that can actually help, understudy them and then, do stuff. but they will only take you serious, not just because you've mentioned that you are doing cybersecurity. So now, in your studying of cybersecurity, what have you implemented? What have you done? That interest, that project that you might have done with your cybersecurity, that will get you that, oh, okay, this guy knows his stuff. Then they will invite you in. But if you go there, hey, I'm Vincent, I'm doing my program here, I'm doing my program here. Okay, that's good for you. How may we help you? Oh, why? Because they don't feel like they have to come and teach you all over again. They just want to build your knowledge up. So now I will task you to do this for me. Try and do a project relating to what you are studying. Identify a problem and try and use your skills to solve it, right? I'll leave some contacts, my contacts with the organizers. You can just WhatsApp me, send me an email, then let's talk about it. Okay, we'll just do that. I just got the message that I need to wrap up. Hey
Okay.
guys, I
Thank
really
you
want
very
to say a
much.
very most welcome. Nelson, so sorry, and you, I'm so sorry. What I'll do is you can actually I'll leave my contact information with the organizers. So whatever questions, and it doesn't apply to this to anyone who maybe for some reason you cannot ask your question or test your question. I'm always available. Mark is there. Mark knows how to contact me. Yeah. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I think it's a very good thing that we should keep on doing. And please remember, you always make a mistake, but that mistake doesn't define who you are. That mistake should be something that should even make you work harder. And also, please, let's try and get some skills. Let's try and get some skill. When we get that skill, we now will even have some peace of mind. We'll have that fulfillment that we know something. Okay, so it's good to be passing your exams. It's not like good. It's very important to pass all your courses, not just pass, get the A's. But whilst you are getting the A's, make sure you build some skill. Okay, and hopefully you even come and mentor other people too. So once again, thank you very much for this opportunity. So we meet in the main breakout room. Yes, chat repeat. Okay, email. So my email is kofredu@gmail.com. All right. Okay, so Ju, you can actually if you can copy and paste that question to the email, that would be good. Then I'll take a look at it for you. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Recording in progress.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes. We hope you've had a wonderful, fruitful session and engagement in your respective breakout rooms. Those of you who were following on YouTube, we hope we managed to give you glimpses of all the conversations across our 4 breakout rooms. I know Andy was responding to some questions, and we had to bring everybody back. But we hope it's been an enlightening session. People were asking for emails, others were seeking for long-term mentorship. Is all well and good. Try your best and make connections. I know Afia has Afia added her LinkedIn link to the chat section, so you can look all of them up. Yes, if you have just returned from your breakout room, welcome you back. We hope you've managed to get your questions out there. You've gotten some answers. We know you want to have an extended time, but that is all time would permit. This is the first session. In fact, let me use this opportunity to inform you that hopefully December, there's going to be the 2nd edition of the homecoming. So please be on the lookout for more details on this. Let me use this opportunity to also acknowledge some colleagues who are here. I have seen Professor Justice Apati having been part of the session right from the beginning to this very moment. You can give us a wave or a comment, a submission. We have I've seen Dr. Edward Anson also passing through. We also I've seen Dr. Ansa also passing through. As many as I will see, as far as their names are concerned, I will make mention of them. Yes, we are grateful for throwing your weight behind this event. You can look up these faculties on LinkedIn as well. Aside from the academic activities, we are trying to support and mentor our students, especially those who are active, to land you opportunities, point you to the right directions, hackathons, certifications, among others. This is a collective effort in all their respective labs, from the HOD to Prof. Yafe to Dr. Apati to Dr. Edward Anson. Every one of them is doing their very best. But we know we have thousands of you, and that is how come the alumni bridges the gap in all of this. We can only do but what our strength would permit. So please make sure you connect if you are still a student, and of course, make sure you connect with the alumni in one way or the other. Before you graduate, make sure you are very active in COMSA, and make sure you join this network beyond the 4 walls of your degree. So once again, we thank all our mentors for the engaging sessions. So at this point, I think we are going to give room for, general questions and answers from all mentors. We will do this quite quickly. We won't take too much time. And then as for the networking and next steps, I think we'll leave that for our audience. But if anybody has a general question you couldn't ask during the mentorship session, now will be the time. If you leave them in the chat section too, we will be happy to read them out. Else, we'll be wrapping up this engagement before I hand over to the executive committee to give us next steps. As for the networking, I've already indicated. So please go ahead, reach out to them. They've put their LinkedIn. Yes, they've kept their LinkedIn in the chat section. Please make sure you see it, click on it, and then follow them. Can there be a WhatsApp group if possible, please? I don't know, Stephen, I'm guessing you're a regular student. So you keep up with your COMSA. The alumni has a group. I don't know if they will put the link in the chat section for people to join. But if you are not an alumni yet, you don't join, right? The executives can correct me. Right. So any questions, any comments? Some hands are up. I think we have only 2 hands. And these questions will be going to our mentors. Any of you can answer. So we'll give room to that. So I will call on Giulabi, and then he will be followed by Nelson. So, yes. And any of the mentors here can answer the question, and any other faculty as well who are in the best position. Kindly unmute Jill or Nelson and then ask your question as we wrap up the event. Okay, I guess it's a mistake. They kept their hands up. I guess it was a mistake. They raised their hands. Okay, Nelson, your hand is up again. Can you unmute and ask your question?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes,
So,
afternoon.
my question will be to Mr. Aaron. He spoke about when we, how we are able to be humble when we are working with people, especially in new environments. So my question is, I don't know, I actually joined late, but then I would just want more clarification on what he think he did, the things he did in school outside passing his courses, and then the works he did that actually led him to getting to where he is now, or him being able to land a job.
Okay, since you are the only one who signed this up, we'll give the floor to Mr. Andy to go ahead and then respond. I know he did provide that detail during the breakout session, and all the mentors equally the same. Yes.
Yeah, about being humble and growing in your career. I think one of the things I would say is having a teachable character. I think that's one of the fastest way that you learn and you get people to pour out to you. I can tell you that in my very first career in the industry, I spent the first 6 months when I come to work to go out to buy fruits and coconuts for my boss. Because at that point, that's what they thought I could only do. So when I come in the morning, he'll be like, go out and buy me porridge or go and buy me fruit and coconuts. I'm like, I sign up for more, not to be. But I was humble about it. I remained teachable. And when I was given the first opportunity to do my first stuff, it changed the game. Something that they spent, so they do health checks every morning when they went on across their systems. And prior to me doing it, they spent half a day to do the health checks across the system. When I was given the opportunity to do it the first time, I did it by morning, and they were not sure that was possible, but they confirmed with my checks and realized that I was able to do that, and then that changed the game. So stay humble when you're given the opportunity. Show high impact work, right? Sometimes the opportunities might come only once, but show high impact work, and that's how you grow. That's how you find opportunity, and remain teachable across every stage of your life. When I was in the academia, I had a lot of mentors, and I mentioned them. Prof. Jamal, Prof. Kachiko, Mrs. Kicha. In the industry, I had people who were teaching as well. Even where I am right now, I still have mentors. I have one-on-one every other week with my mentors. Every other week. You think, oh, you've gotten somewhere, so you've settled. Please don't settle. There's a lot to learn. It might not have to do with software engineering. It might just be skills outside from what you know. I was sharing that some of you might need to be people managers. It might not even have to be with software engineering or being an AI engineer or software engineer. Some of you are going to this industry to be people managers, and it requires a different set of skills. You need to start acquiring those. And sometimes you get to learn those from people like Efia as well, who is a CEO. She has a different perspective. For the same problem, I'll address it differently. She'll look at it from a different perspective because she has a business. And when you get in touch with people like this, then you learn all of those other stuff. So that's all I'll have to say. And I'll allow the other panels to touch on it as well.
I guess the question was directed to you straight up. So I guess you've said it all. Yes.
Yeah, I'm also open to other perspectives too, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined his section, so that's why I directed. But I'm open to other perspective based on difference in experience.
Okay. So I don't know if Efia and then Mr. Boateng, Aaron will also provide snippets of an advice in the same fashion. Put yourself in Andy's shoe for his question.
Yeah, I think I'll touch on the humility is very important attitude. And the reason why I have to be humble is we all have ingrained stereotypes as we grow up, right? For me, one of the things was when people started telling me, including my mom, that I should consider George Mason as a graduate school. I had heard about the Ivy League, so I didn't want to choose that, but it ended up being one of the very fine things in my life that happened, right? So staying humble will let you tone down on what you want religiously versus what is practical and real for you at any point in your career. Because sometimes what is your stereotype or prejudices prevents you from seeing what is right in front of you that is applicable to your situation. And then the humility aspect is so relevant because you never know who you are going to meet again on this path of life if you are not humble with them, right? People change careers. You might even advance in your careers. Like when I started my think tank job with Mathematica, I had a great boss. Even at my birthday, she knitted a blanket in different shades of blue, which is my favorite color, for me. But in the last few years, she was pursuing this job, and we've worked at the foundation before, and she wanted a reference letter. Who would have thought that I started out, she was my boss, and now she even needs a reference letter from me? So that's how the humility of life is very important, because if she hadn't treated me well, I guess she wouldn't even come to me for a reference letter, right? So they say don't burn the bridges. There might be up and downs. You might have differences with people. And yes, you might be working on tasks like Bubine mentioned that you might think it's not really relevant for your career, but sometimes what you are doing is not so much the point, but your character in doing what you are doing and how you are being shaped for the future. Because if you do whatever is in your hand well, it will propel you forward for what's next in the pipeline for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Watson, you also want to say a word or two?
About the humility part, right?
Yeah, well, it seems like that is the tangent they are all drumming home. Yeah.
I mean, as for that one, I'm not sure we even learn it at the university. It's part of us, it's part of our culture. And when you have to translate this to the enterprises, I will relate it to delegation. When you are going on leave, for instance, who do you ask to watch your back, in quote? You have to maybe someone who you think flexible, someone who humbles himself. And humility is very, very important at the job market. If I take, for instance, I always use Madam Matilda or Dr. Matilda as an example. Was when I was in school, Efia can attest to it that myself and Matilda, we were like mother and son. If I didn't humble myself to Matilda, at times when it is
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Aaron, I don't know if you also want to add a word or two.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe some few words. Mine is more of on the encouragement side that even though our career may seem like a linear, like now we know what you are doing now, but as a student, don't be surprised if your career is not that straight line. You should remember that, hey, a big opportunity will come your way and you may mix it. You make mistake, you may have to do rewrites before, but you don't have to be, like down as if that you are a failure. No, you are not. That's your career path. You just have to, be that kind of resilient that you will bounce back. Some of us got job some years after school. Some is immediately. Don't feel like you are a failure because your employment didn't come the next 5 years. Keep honing your skills and your career path will come.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we have lots of questions in the comment section. I guess those will be the very last so that we can wrap this meeting up by the top of the hour. I think we spent much time already. But some of these questions, I may want to force some of my colleagues to help with response. I don't know the background of this, but he's getting a lot of thumbs up. Somebody says he's an IT student and he has no practical skills in the field. He feels like he has zero hands-on experience despite studying IT. I'm conflicted whether he's still a student or he has completed, but by his submission. Now his question is, what would we recommend he learns first? And what roadmap should he follow to build strong IT fundamentals, develop practical skills, and become job ready? Are there any courses, projects, or resources you would recommend for someone starting from scratch? Surprisingly, he's getting a lot of thumbs up. I'm pretty sure this question is coming from a lot of the students here. I don't know who would take this one.
Mark, can you repost the question so we see it?
Yes.
Because it was a lot you covered.
So this is just one particular question. I'm just reiterating it. So I'm just reading it out so that anybody can respond. So I'll take them one after the other. Now he's an IT student.
Okay.
He has zero hands-on skills or experience, even though he's studying IT. What would we recommend he learns first? What roadmap should he follow so that he becomes job ready? What should be his strong IT fundamentals to develop his practical skills? Are there any courses, project resources that will be recommended for him to start from scratch? That is all the information he has provided. I think this is from Eric Aban.
Well, I think
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
who
go
wanted
ahead
to
first.
go? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I raised my hand, but if you are ladies first, let me give you the opportunity. I didn't see your hand up.
Thank you. I'm sure I won't be able to cover the breadth of it all, so you can try. So I would say, I'm sure you know that I'm a faith person, right? But whoever God came to, God used whatever was in their hand right now to start their transformative journey, right? We have Moses with the staff, David as a shepherd, and he defeats Goliath with killing a bear and a lion, right? Experience. They want him to be in the armor of soldiers. He doesn't want, but he's able to use his sling and a shot to defeat Goliath. So I think your focus on all that you do not have is perhaps preventing you from seeing the little that you have. The little you have is that you were admitted into a degree program that is part of shaping the industry that we are in when it comes to data, programming, and artificial intelligence. That's what you have right now. Now, maybe the lectures you are attending is not really sinking down as quickly as you hope to give you the fundamentals. And so I'll reference back to what I said earlier. Try and seek out teaching assistants and your own students, colleagues who are excelling in the program to round out that holistic picture. In terms of practicing, a lot of that will come down to you practicing what you've learned in the lectures. And these days, as you move along your career, people want to see things like portfolio. I share this in my session. There are public data sets and challenges and problems happening in online corridors like kaggle.com, and I'll put that in the chat, where you can find problems that you can solve or practice, because this industry, the discipline you chose, is about practice and experience and projects. And so maybe those are shaping that mindset of everything is so overwhelming. And indeed it is. You are being realistic. It wasn't easy to go through mathematical sciences at UG. Everybody knows that. But you do have something. For instance, I know semicolons were a big deal back in our day when you write your syntax, even back then, sometimes on paper. And in graduate school, I took on statistical analysis software, and it requires semicolons. And some people were forgetting their semicolons. But guess what? I never did forget my semicolons. So I may not have learned how to build, let's say, a whole interface, right? But my semicolons did something, and that is what I'm sharing, that you do have something in your hand, however little it is, and start building from there. That is your scratch, your bottom line, and move your way upward. That would be some of my sentiments for this individual. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Watson wanted to go.
Yes, Mark. I think this question, I don't know, someone asked during the breakout session and I answered him, not knowing he has put it here. In fact, that time he said he's in level 100. But one thing that we have to know is the university has admitted us to come and do a course, computer science, IT. Whatever course, at the end of the 4 years, you are going to get a degree or being awarded a degree in computer science. So we don't have to forget that the university didn't give us that opportunity to become a DPA upfront or artificial intelligence expert or to be a network administrator. We have COM 101, Introduction to Computing. We have COM 404, that will be the project, or COM 304, Database Management course. You have to concentrate to ensure that the degree that you are coming to do, you will not fail. At least you get your first class, you get your second upper, you get your second lower, third class, whatever that you get. But one thing that I would advise is, I always recommend the team that came up with this mentorship program, because this is the time that you get to know people who are already in the field, who can direct you. I started enjoying database when I finished university and I was doing my national service. And I realized that even though I have learned everything in computing, this is where I think I can find myself. So why don't I build further on that? It's like someone who is in the School of Administration doing accounting. They know that there is a professional certification called ACCA. So when people are doing their degree course during the long vac, they go and have ACCA paper 1 course. So if you know that your interest is in database, your interest is in networking, during the long vacation, go and have some 3 months or 2 months or even 1 month course. If you want to become a DBA, 1 month to do OCA is more than enough for you to learn, practice, and go and write the certification. So my brother or my sister is Eric. So Eric, my brother, don't think that you have zero hands-on. For the degree is important. Try and get a degree, because that one is a good thing that you have to get, let me put it that way, before you can branch into the professional certification. So try and get a mentor, at least 4 of us or our lecturers. If you can get in touch with any of us, we can streamline you and tell you which one will be okay for you, whilst you also concentrate on your academics. You cannot leave that one and say you have certification in OCA whilst you don't have a degree. Because when we are building job profile and we want the, let's say, how do I put it? The experience or the qualification. The qualification, we will say a degree in computer science, a degree in information technology. Having OCA is an advantage. You see the way we put that one? Having that one is an advantage. It means that if you don't have the degree, there is no way. It's a prerequisite. So don't think that you have zero hands-on. Where do you have to start from? Have your degree and alongside branch into any of the IT professional fields and have those certifications. Thank you.
Great. The other questions in the chat all centers around wanting more mentorship, but I think we have addressed all of that. I think there is only one question from a D student who is asking about NSS, but I don't think this is the platform for this discussion. Says, my question may not be in line with this meeting, but I would like to ask, since NSS is required, and as a D student who might be working, how do we handle it? NSS, you are treated same as every regular student. So you reach out to the college. At the time when you get to level 400, you'll get to know. You just all have to do the regular registration and then get your postings sorted out. You apply, the university will load your records to NSS. It is nothing complicated. Justice Kuti, I think I remember you in one of my past class. Great, so we can discuss that later. I see that some of the executive members have done due diligence with some of the questions that have come already with regards to the mentorship. How do we have this event regularly? Yes, so if you have joined us, you can look into the chat section. They've reacted to this. So all too soon, we will bring the...
I see a question. Sorry, I see a question for me at 9:49 a.m. if you are looking for it.
Yeah,
Have
I
we
think you
already
also want to
answered?
know, isn't the IT student who want interest in startup and IT industry and he has little knowledge or skills?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, he has little knowledge or skills. I connected it with the first question.
Okay.
Yes, he wants to know the experiences and the knowledge. But I think the two of you, in fact, all three of you have provided the roadmap for him, and I hope he's picked his submission for it. Prince Will, we hope you took a few bits from their submissions. how you can hone your skills, be practically oriented, and
Yeah, but
make it.
quickly, his area that he wants, he should start with the problem he's most passionate about
Okay.
in his community, and that will trying to solve that. It's a way to get a start if he wants his own thing.
Rachel, can you give us a thumbs up if that is okay? Wanted to wrap up. Eric, are you able to put your question in the chat section, or you make it very quick?
No, I just want
For,
to.
okay.
I just want to thank everybody
Oh, Mr. Kenneth.
from the alumni.
Okay. Okay.
From the alumni point of view, we want to say that let us not forget the task that the HOD has given to us. Let us try to see how we can put the building in a very good shape. There are other plans that alumni has the plans for. We'll be getting in touch with you. Register. We have a website. I don't know where I think there's a website. There is a place that I guess you have to register. For the alumni, we are registering, we are collecting dues. We will want you to pay your annual dues. And then it is some of these contributions that we'll get that can help us run the community as you want us to. So this is what I will. We will also be giving you an update on the building that we want to build for the department. We'll have another section, and then we'll bring all that in line. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President. Since you have made your submission, you end it all for us. How do you get in touch with Mr. Aaron? I think they've put all their emails there, so please take note. So quite quickly, I'll just put across. There are several programs I think Prof. Jamal highlighted, as well as Prof. Solomon. We have several postgraduate programs that are currently admissions are ongoing. If you know anybody who needs to know, let them know. Deadline is July 30th. However, it's extended to August 14th. Please make sure you identify with any of these programs and then apply. You'll find details of this on the department website, on the University of Ghana website as well. So that is just a quick announcement I want to also put across. So at this point, Prof. Solomon Mensah.
Mike,
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
before you go, there was a very important point I think Dr. Ferdinand mentioned about visiting or guest lecturers.
Yes, yes.
And this one, we didn't tackle it or made mention of it. It's very, very important because for me, I've been lecturing ever since I was even in school. Afia can attest to it. I'm sure she was my student. And when I moved to the industry, how to combine what we've been teaching and also the real life, it was very, very interesting. And what we do, most of the things that we do in the industry, I can bet you can't get it from the classroom. So it can be part of the degree that we do, the certifications. So some people who have had experience in lecturing and also in the industry, if some time on time, they can invite them to come and teach for free or something. I think it will really, really help for us to bring in the industrial experience to the classroom if we are trying to bridge this gap. That will be of good advantage to all of us. So let's think about it and see how best some of us can come in. It's not only me alone. I have some colleagues who are also much experienced that they can bring that practical knowledge into the classroom. Thank you.
Awesome. We are really grateful for all the submissions, especially from the alumni, and most especially this late submission you have made, availing yourselves to engage with the students on these kinds of lectures. Yes, and I know we are going to have all the connections through the leadership of the alumni, Prof. Solomon, and the rest of the team. Thank you once again. Thank you all our mentors. Thank you all colleague faculties. At this point, hand over to Prof. Solomon Mensah to give us the vote of thanks And then I guess everybody should be ready to turn on their camera for the group photograph. Yes, Prof. Solomon.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. I believe everyone can hear me.
Yes.
So all too soon we have come to the closure. Indeed, humility is one of the keys to success. And I believe that that's the reason why all the mentors that joined today are where they are today. In fact, one of the things I heard Aaron mention has to do with mistakes that can hit your way as you move on. But you need to always remember not to give up, because some way or the other, it can also be defining your career path. That doesn't mean that when a mistake hits, you should just lie down and not wake up to put your pieces together to move on. We just need to remember that hard work breaks no bone. And one advice I always give to the students I always teach is that they should always remember that hard work breaks no bone, and then they should remember that they are here for one reason. And the social media handles and other things that they always spend their time on, it is not a core mandate. It is just to release the stress. But sometimes they forget themselves and they spend almost all their time there and forget their books. But now AI has come to stay, so it's also helping to lessen some burdens in terms of supporting our learning process. Anyway, let me hit the ground. So on behalf of the alumni interim executives currently, the interim president Walter Brown and also the vice president Eric Keme, as well as on behalf of the Department of Computer Science, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to everyone who joined us virtually and contributed to the success of the maiden edition of the Sprint 2026, which is the key custodian of Jennifer Point. And I'm really much grateful she actually put a piece together to drive the interim executives to get it sorted out. Our sincere thanks goes to our provost, Prof. Idana. I know he's not on the call now. Our Dean of School of Physical and Mathematical Science, Prof. Doku, he's also an alumnus, right? He did mathematical science. In fact, our current HOD, Prof. Ebenezer Usu, former HODs that were able to join, Prof. Jama, Prof. Nakachuku. We were waiting for Dr. Matilda Wilson, but she mentioned to me that she's caught up in some funeral grounds. But it would have been nice to have her, and we hope that going forward in the next edition of the homecoming, we'll get her on board so that all those who have missed her, we see her. In fact, she's the only female doctor faculty we have at the Department of Computer Science, and she's a mother to us all, and a counselor and a mentor to all of us, because she nurtured all of us, especially myself. So I really respect her as a mother. And in fact, all faculty members who were also able to join, especially Prof. Yafe, for spending all your time from beginning to the end, Prof. Apati from beginning to the end, Dr. Angson, I've seen you from beginning to the end, colleague Michael Kologu from beginning to the end, and I also had, I think Dr. Alvin Kwabilansa also joining, Prof. Nankachiku, Prof. Jama, all of you joining. It's really good to have you all here. In fact, my colleague Mike Makata Mensa too is also something that it's awesome to have you. Again, to our interim this year's alumni executives and all the organizing team, especially Jennifer Pon, Endurance, getting this sorted out. Endurance putting all the flyers and other stuff together is also one of the key things that I must mention she's doing well to support. Thank you all for your commitment. It's good. A special thank you to our distinguished speakers. Mr. Daniel Watson, I heard that about. In fact, that's a key recommendation from Dr. Matilda Wilson. So having you on board is also a great blessing. Our own Efia, getting you, I know you also were looking at your schedule, but getting your time to be here too is very, very appreciating, right? Andy, my own Aaron. Yeah, these are two friends I had when I was doing my in fact, national service TA. They were with me, and I really respect them for spending their time out of their busy schedule to be here to speak to the students and mentor them. It's really good. So thank you for your generously sharing your knowledge, experience, and career journey path with us. We look forward to the continued partnership.
You move 1 minute to know this from here. You know, they are saying they are
Okay, we look forward to your continued partnership through mentorship programs like this, career counseling, internship, industrial collaboration, job placement, and in fact, any form that you can also come in to support our students, to not to give up along the line is really key. In fact, this sprint program has come to stay. And I mentioned to Jennifer that although we call it the 2026, we should be able to have some other additions because the students need them to be able to learn from the alumni, not to give up. In fact, our appreciation also goes to Mark for your dedicated time. In fact, the technical support, getting this sorted out is really a key thing you did for us. And I'm much grateful for the support on behalf of the department and the interim executives of the alumni. In fact, to all students, faculty, and all the participants who were able to join across different geographical location because it's online, we're in a digital age. We thank you for your active participation. We also encourage you to stay connected with the alumni and all the speakers and then be on the standby. The interim executives and the organizing committee also have some lot of staff that want to bridge the gap between the alumni and our students so that you can be able to be motivated, be cancelled, and not to give up. Right? I know some of you want to defer, some of you are at the edge of giving up, but please don't, right? Once you're able to do it to get to the top there, you can also be mentored and you can also be encouraged to get there. And finally, we invite all our alumni industry partners to continue supporting the Department of Computer Science through any form you want to get it done, right? Guest lectures, everything is open. Hackathon is open. Yesterday, we had one of the industry partners coming in with some hackathon that helped our students getting fully involved, learning things and getting to know what is expected in the industry, moving away from the book theory to be able to hit what is industry expectation. In fact, also job opportunities, internship opportunities. I'm also the internship coordinator, and it's one of the requirements as students when they hit level 200. There is a 1 credit mandatory course called DCIT 200 internship, which is expected for the student to be able to hit the industry, whether remote, whether in person or hybrid, to be able to get it done and get some reports sorted out for them to be graded. So we need you to also come in on board to also help in terms of scholarships, research partnership, collaboration, job opportunities. I mentioned that you need to be able to also come in. Anything you want to be able to hit a department, please, our doors are open. If you want to reach out, you're not getting, the interim executives are available. Jennifer Upon is there. Lizzie is also there. Gerance is there. Our interim president, Walter, and then vice president, Eric Kemen, is handily opened. So please, let's get in touch as well. If I thank you all for making the first edition of the Spring 2026 a memorable and impactful virtual event, and we wish you a wonderful evening, and may God bless you. Thank you, everyone, and stay blessed. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. As he was speaking, we're taking the screenshots. So if you have not turned on your camera yet, kindly do so. Thank you for being a part of this. We wish you very well and looking forward to meet you at the next edition. We'll keep taking the snapshot as long as you keep turning on the cameras. Thank you once again and have a good rest of the day.